Hello, and welcome to The Fool and the Philosopher.
The Philosopher and the Fool. I have a very important subject for us today.
Yeah.
And it's, I want us to come up with a comprehensive scale for perverted scale of levels of undress.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Malazan Book of the Fallen.
No.
Okay.
No, because we discussed it before
Yeah.
a little bit, but it's being naked with a hat
Yeah.
is performance art.
Okay.
Being naked with shoes is actually worse than being naked.
Right. So, what's the worst... So, you have fully clothed.
Yeah, I think what's worse than... Yeah, we have fully clothed, which is normal. I think what's worse than naked with shoes is naked with a shirt.
Depends how long the shirt is.
Yeah. Well, also, in that case, it depends if it's a man or a woman.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of...
Well, what about, naked with a wife beater?
I mean, I think that would just look like you were getting undressed. I think the shoes have a level of intention to them.
Yeah.
That's...
Obviously, pants.
Yeah, pants are fine. If you're only wearing pants, you're good to go.
You're either just a guy on a hot day or a protesting feminist.
Yeah, or you're an Amazonian tribal. There's a lot of good reasons to be wearing pants. I have seen there's several South African tribes. They have beads. They just wear beads basically, but it's this super heavy duty necklace. It's probably more covering than a bikini.
Yeah,
and I think that's pretty high up on the not perverted scale. If you just had what are those muffler things for your ankles called? Those foot warmer thingies, ankle warmers, I guess.
Ankle warmers.
Yeah, if it, just ankle warmers or knee pads or something that would
be weird.
That alone, I think that's kind of weird.
Unusual accessory alone.
Yeah, there's not many. The thing is, clothes mostly come from the torso outwards, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the socks and the shoes I think is so unusual because they come on, right? What about completely naked but wearing gloves?
Ugh.
You're ready to do some crimes.
Yeah.
There was a... Now, I don't like talking about serial killers too much, but there was a serial killer who, I think it was actually probably for perverted reasons partly, but it was also because he didn't want to leave... I think this was before DNA testing, possibly, but he didn't want to leave, fingerprints or... I can't remember what it was. Didn't want to stain his clothes, maybe.
Jaybird killer?
He would, go into houses completely naked, but with, a bag over his head.
Yeah, that's the Jaybird killer.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's not that... That's almost creepy more than perverted. Just a bag on your head.
Yeah, would you rather be attacked by a clothed serial killer or a naked serial killer?
Is that how you, put the scale into test?
I think that's a different scale. That's a different scale of... Someone breaks into your house, and their level of dress is a different scale than someone walking down the street. Down the street is a pervert. Breaking into your house is what level of predator are they?
Right. Because I would rather be attacked by a naked serial killer, I think. Because I think that would give me better odds, right?
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite things about that Jaybird you said he was called?
Yeah.
Oh, because he's naked,
yeah.
Okay. One of my favorite things about that case, I guess. I don't like the fact that there's a serial killer. But it sort of destroys the mythos of serial killers somewhat, because two police officers surround the dude, and then they beat him up.
Well, it was more than that.
I mean, he does stab one of the guys, but...
It was slightly more than that, though, as well as he attacked the police officers. And one of the police officers happened to be, a world champion in karate.
Yeah.
And the other one's just a police officer. They go hand to hand. And one of the big things about police officer karate versus, I'm a guy on the street karate, is police officers learn karate, and they also learn the police force martial art.
Yeah.
Which is fighting.
I think the guy might have been a boxer, actually. Which, boxing is fighting, so...
Yeah, well, that is, one of the big things about serial killers in general is they attack vulnerable people or they get someone in a situation where they can win. Because deep down, they're cowards.
Well, we don't know that, but... Well, I mean, they're criminals, and all criminals are cowardly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And superstitious a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're... But it's a lot of times you want to fight someone you can beat.
Yeah.
The prolific serial killers... who've killed 100 people. It's not 150-50 fights.
Most babies.
Yeah. But even the Zodiac killer.
Yeah.
He
went
went
after kids. Yeah.
Well, or young adults, but he'd have a gun and he'd attack vehicles.
Yeah. Yeah, so because what I don't like about a lot of discussions about serial killers
is that they're more than human. Is that?
Yeah, but it's like they become a legend, sort of, right? And I don't know if that's...
You don't want to give that to them.
Like, if a general is a legendary figure, they're fighting for a cause, right?
Yeah.
Even like a Che Guevara type character, right? He's a legendary person, but he, even if I don't agree what he believed in, he was fighting for, like, a truth he believed in, right? It's not a, like, oh, I just want to kill people because I'm a sick freak, right? Like, like the dude in, I think, like, there is an aspect to the word serial killer that does include the sick freak title, right? Like, because there was that dude in Japan who lived in the forest for, like, 40 years and killed anyone that came near him because he thought World War II was still going. Yeah. And we have never, like, no one's ever said the serial killer so-and-so, right? Like, he was a soldier that didn't know the war was over.
Well, or the unkillable soldier,
But the unkillable soldier was in combat, though. Like, this guy was like, you go into the woods and the serial killer will get you. Like, nobody ever said that about him, right? They're like, there's that crazy soldier in there. Like, that's the difference in my mind. Is, like, he wasn't in a war, but he was going around killing innocent people that just walking through the woods. Yeah. But that wasn't because he wanted to kill people. That was because he wanted to win the war. It's a different mindset, I think. Yeah. But serial killers somehow become these almost, like, deific figures or like these legendary figures where stories they become reified into a being of power, and it's like, oh no, there's a serial killer on the loose, you have to be careful walking home. And it's like, why don't I just beat up the serial killer? Why do I have to be careful walking home? Okay, I'm gonna knock wood, because this is how I get murdered, ironically, like 3 days from now. But because like a guy with a knife against me without a knife, well, I always have a knife, but it's not a good knife, but like a guy with a knife against me, I'm probably going to lose, right? Yeah. Especially if he attacks me by surprise. So it's not like, oh, I can definitely win against a serial killer. I shouldn't be careful that there's some lunatic out there. Because the lunatic's always going to be more dangerous than not a lunatic. Yeah. But it shouldn't be like, oh yeah, the serial killer will win. It's like, no, that's a fight. I got a 10% chance or something. You know, like,
it's probably even better than 10%. I say 30%, even with surprise.
Yeah.
And it's like, as a 90% chance that you're getting them back a little.
Yeah, they get at least injured, right? Yeah. Like, they're not getting away scot-free. Yeah. Like I took a law class, and one of the main focuses of the law class was serial killers for some reason, which I didn't appreciate too much. But the Green River killer, he would wait until his victims were facing away, and then he would strangle them, and they were all like young women. And so it's like, it's not like he's some like unbeatable fighter. It's like he was making sure they were in the most vulnerable position they could be.
Yeah, there's this manga which is about serial killers. But it has this interesting idea behind it. So it's based in Japan. It's like the unsolved cases in Japan. And so the main character is a detective. And his partner is a psychic. And the psychic can send people back in time into basically murder victims' bodies. Yeah. And so they're basically solving all these murders. And so the psychic will send him back. And he will go into the body of someone before they got killed. And sometimes he'll be like a defenseless girl, or like a boy with leukemia, or like an old man. Yeah. But the big difference is he's a detective who fights back, and he knows that he's in a case. Right. And so, even if he's like this, sent back and he's this weak little girl, he's still really dangerous. Yeah. Because he's aware of the situation, and he's a fighter.
Yeah, foreknowledge is huge. Like, you just know, oh, they're going to be around this alley? Okay, well, then...
Well, it's not even just the foreknowledge, it's that he's not a crime victim. Yeah. He's a fighter.
So you can fight back. Yeah. And at least injure them, or even kill them if you...
Or escape, because a lot of these cases are they get kidnapped and killed later.
Right. But, yeah, so if they're naked, it's, like, even easier. But going back to your perversion, so you think the perversion of the serial killer attacking you is a different perversion from walking down the street? Yeah. So is our scale, like... You see this person walking down the street. Like, you see... Okay, so basically...
You're in Florida.
Let's say you're, like... You're driving downtown, right? Everyone is dressed one way. Yeah. And you see... Like, everyone's naked, and you're like, geez, the town's going to pieces, right? Yeah. And then the next day, everyone is just wearing shoes, and you're like... And the question is, did you think the town got better or worse after that point, right?
Yeah. Well, I think if everyone's doing it, it changes it again. It's like the Mad King... Well, all the citizens are king, and the king isn't.
Right. Okay, let's say, like, 20% of people are doing this, right? So you're driving downtown, you're like, wow, this place is going to... You know, like, you see a bunch of... You've seen those videos from, like, LA and San Francisco, all those people just kind of, like, hung over doing nothing on the street from drugs. Like, So do that, but like there's just like 20 people.
Even then, it's less so. I think what makes it perverted is individuality. And that might be why wearing shoes while being naked. Okay, so here's the thing actually about wearing shoes while being naked, okay? It's if you're wearing a hat, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot you can do with the hat. You can take it off, you can cover yourself.
Yeah.
You could like spin the hat around. It could be performance art. Like there is something to that. If you're completely naked, it's like, okay, this guy was having like an affair and he dropped out the back window, he's running home, or he got kicked out by the girl and didn't get to recover his clothes, or it's just someone who's like, yeah, I'm going to be naked because that's the way people are.
Yeah.
Someone who's naked with shoes is they want to be naked, but they also want to get around. So they don't want their feet to hurt, so they can like walk on pavement and stuff and like walk places. They can walk in the woods. And people are used to wearing shoes. So if you're not wearing shoes, you can't run. Someone who's naked with shoes can run. And so they can chase you.
That might be reading too much into it. I think it might be like imagine you're sitting in a theater, right?
Yeah.
Everyone applauds, lights dim, then the lights brighten, curtain opens, and the person's just standing there. And you see a naked person, you see a clothed person, you see like whatever is revealed. Like,
yeah.
Because I think the thing about the shoes, like outside going about their day, it's like, well, of course you're going to wear shoes. You might hurt your feet, right? So, but if they're just inside in a theater, then you're like, well, why are they wearing shoes but nothing else? Then you start wondering. It gets...
All right, what if they're wearing clown shoes?
Is that worse than normal shoes, you mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure about the hat thing. You seem to think the hat is performance art, but I don't know. I don't know what art you're performing there. Like, the hat to me is maybe slightly less perverted because it's a practical utility. Like, you're outside, you're shading yourself from the sun a little bit. But...
maybe it depends on the hat.
Like, if it's a fedora versus a ball cap or something.
Well, if it's like a fez versus like a large farmer's cap. Like, you know those woven straw caps?
Yeah. Well, I think, like, a baseball cap is probably, like... what's the worst hat for a naked person to wear? I think baseball cap is...
What about a top hat?
No, I think if someone wearing a top hat and they're naked, they're onto something. You should probably be stripping down, too. Like, they know what they're up to. Like, that's class right there. That's...
baseball cap, you need to shade your eyes.
There was a psychology experiment they did where they went to a crosswalk, and the crosswalk was red, like do not cross, and they crossed the street, and they wanted to see how many people waiting at the crosswalk followed them, basically. And they found that if they dressed like a sort of slob with torn clothes and whatever else, no one would follow them. But if they were dressed in an impeccable suit and they're fresh and, you know, freshly trimmed beard or like clean shaven, bright eyes, well combed hair, people would follow them across. And so I think the same is with like a top hat where, but I think the farmer's hat, nobody wears that. So that's an artist right there. So you're like, yeah, whatever, the artist is wearing it. And same with like a little, those stupid little artist beanbag things. I think people are just, yeah, whatever, artist beanbag.
Yeah, those French hats.
Yeah. They'll just be like, whatever, they're just doing that because they're an artist. And, but like a ball cap, that's like the most common hat, right? And so, so people are going to be like, they're just wearing a hat, but they're naked? Like, what's going on here? Maybe they had a boating accident or something, but it's a little weird. What about like a stalker cap? Like a sort of Sherlock Holmes. That's more artsy, I guess.
No, I think a stalker cap. Like, or, were those a hunter's cap?
Oh, like the like plaid and like pinned up flaps and everything. Yeah. Or what about like a flat cap? Like
I was thinking a flat cap.
Like a Peaky Blinders flat cap.
Yeah, I think a flat cap is... yeah, that might be a little weird.
I don't know. I'm going back to the artsy thing. I think most hats are pretty artsy. Like most hats are fairly fancy in the right context. Like I was thinking even like a, you know, like a gunnery sergeant hat, like those sort of they're like a disc that's like straight up and then it's like a little pill on your head with a visor, right?
Yeah.
And but you know, they're like, okay, yeah, they're up to something. That's art. Yeah. Okay. So maybe
just a vest.
It's a vest. Is the problem, like, I think the problem isn't, like, the shoes, you know, you're saying you could run or whatever. Yeah. I think the problem is that there was an attempt. Like, nudity has this innocence to it, right? Like, babies are born nude, right?
Adam and Eve were nude until their eyes were opened.
But then Adam and Eve, they eat the fruit, and instead of trying to cover themselves, they just put on shoes, and God's like, you perverts, what are you doing?
Yeah, instead of putting on the fig leaves.
Yeah, because You know,
that's the true reason why they got kicked out. We had to change the stories, but the true reason they put on shoes.
Yeah. Well, it's actually like...
Actually, that's very interesting. It breaks the innocence. The shoes break the innocence.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of other things, like if you're just wearing a shirt,
yeah,
something could have happened.
Yeah. Well, maybe the shirt's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to decide if the shirt's worse than the shoes, or if the shirt's worse than...
I think the shirt is very situational of its length and who's wearing it.
Yeah. Yeah, like if it's really long, then it's sort of like gross, cutesy, fake. I hate it, but it's not perverted. It's just sickening.
Yeah.
But if it's
like coming down to here, like it's coming down to above your, it doesn't pass your belly button.
Yeah. I don't know. At that point, I don't know. I don't know if it does it matter. It probably. I don't know what's going on with this shirt. What about just a belt? Nah, that's like you're a working man.
No, the belt is a fetish.
No, I mean like you've got like your tool. You got like a hammer. You got some nails. You got your saw. Like
then that is a fetish. You are going to go to someone's. You know those like things where it's like you get your house washed by a bunch of burly men in Speedos?
Can't say I've done that, but
it's a service.
You do you? Yeah.
It's a service. Yeah. It's a sort of idea.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That's what that screams to me.
Well, some people can have whatever ideas they want. I'm not going to judge them, but they can have their ideas. But well, I don't know. Like I'm thinking like a sort of I'm sure I've seen
also,
some
that's
sort
going
of
to chafe horribly.
like Amazonian or African tribes where they have just like a belt with like their spear and like maybe like a little bit of like their whistle or whatever. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen that somewhere.
Maybe
because you've seen those like I have seen Amazonian tribes like they have like a single flap in front but not in the back. Like,
yeah.
What's that about?
You're in the Amazon. You got to be able to quickly drop a squat.
Yeah, I guess.
People talk to you from the front.
Yeah, and so it's, but like, say you're going on a hike, right? And here's the single file trail.
Especially if you're going uphill.
Okay, do you want to be at the front of that pack or the back of that pack?
If I was going downhill the whole time, I'd be at the front.
No, you're going uphill. You're going uphill.
I don't want to be there.
Mm.
I think I would grit it and go at the front.
Yeah. Yeah, the front's probably, well...
What about the middle?
The best of both worlds.
I think the front.
Yeah. I don't know. I might... if you're at the back, you can at least look somewhere else.
Well, if they're the front, they don't have to be looking at you.
Yeah, but
it's their fault.
Are you going to trust them, though? Trust those perverts behind you?
I have to be on the lookout for jaguars.
You know the people behind you are perverts, because they're only wearing half a loincloth. So how are you going to trust them? Oh, I got it. I just figured it out. The most perverted outfit.
Yeah.
You take that Amazonian loincloth, right? You rotate that bad boy 180.
Yeah.
That's more perverted than any...
Well, that's like wearing crotchless and assless chaps in public.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Like when it's obviously a fetish, like if you're in bondage gear.
Yeah, well, no, but I think that the benefit of this, of the loincloth, is it's almost not, like, you're like, what is going on here? Like, okay, do you want, like, the pants with the holes in them?
Yeah.
Or the backwards loincloth thing, like...
I think the backwards loincloth actually might be more modest.
Well, if you think about the backwards loincloth, right?
It could be a culture thing.
It's kind of like a green screen.
Yeah. Oh. But the backwards loincloth is like, I could say that's a culture thing, right?
It's like you put a curtain behind a piece of art to like...
Yeah.
To not distract with the rest of the environment.
Yeah, but also it could be like a cult, like it's like maybe they don't consider the front offensive, but the back is because like dirtiness comes from there, right?
Yeah.
Whereas someone who is wearing the pants with holes, they want you to see it. Like that is framing it purposely. It's like, hey, look here.
Okay, so you're saying like this pants with like a crotchless pants, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so do they get more or less perverted the more other clothes you put on?
I think they get more the more other clothes you have on.
Yeah, so like
you could just be like a gay stripper who's gotten too into it.
Yeah.
Whereas with like all the clothes on, then there's just this big hole there.
Yeah.
It's like, and then like, here's the test actually of the situation. Is the person sits next to you on public transport.
Yeah.
that's... And they're not like, it's like scratching themselves. They're not on drugs. It's not one of those people. It's like, maybe they sit down and they scratch their belly. Like, that's the extent of the kind of person sitting next to you.
Yeah.
And so it's then that level of clothing.
No, they don't scratch their belly. They just sit down and look out the window. They're just like, evening.
Yeah.
No, they're already sitting there. You join them. Yeah. You sit beside them. They're like, afternoon.
No, I think it's they have to sit next to you.
No, because if they just go like, oh, afternoon, right?
Yeah.
Then they're wearing just the front loincloth. You're like, oh yeah, cool, fair enough. You sit down next to them. They're wearing the back loincloth. You're like, I don't want to sit here.
Yeah.
They're just wearing shoe. They're naked. You're like, okay, something's going on. Sure. Yeah. I don't want to sit here, but it's the only seat.
Yeah.
They're wearing shoes. I don't know if the shoes is that bad anymore. After everything else.
They're wearing a hat. I don't want to sit there. They're some sort of artist.
Like, I think, I don't know. What? Like, if they're...
What if they're wearing a cape?
No, you do have a point. If they sit next to you, you don't have control over the situation. So maybe you're forced into it a bit, maybe. Yeah. So...
Like, what if they're wearing a cape, and it's not a cape... Like a cloak? That's one thing. But no, it's a cape.
Do the shoes matter? Because I'm thinking like Crocs, you're like, oh, they just came back from the nude beach, you know? They got
the shoes do matter. If it's sandals or Crocs, that's okay.
Yeah.
If it's running shoes or boots, I think running shoes, like sneakers, I think sneakers are even worse than boots.
Well, because I think like running shoes, right?
Yeah.
You're like, okay, they don't want to scratch up their feet. Everyone has running shoes, right?
Yeah.
Same with boots, sort of. Then you go on the other side of the spectrum, like if they're like, I'm trying to think of like, well, no, okay, I think like dress shoes, like just black, nice dress shoes, right?
Yeah.
Take a bit of work to put on. They're not very comfortable.
Yeah.
But for some reason, you're wearing them.
Yeah.
That's when you're like...
What about high heels?
No, I think that adds... That's sort of like, oh, they just came back from the strip bar or something, right? But no, dress shoes.
Yeah.
Dress shoes are where it's at, where it's like, you put those on purpose.
Yeah.
You think you're doing something here.
I think like sneakers, like not running shoes, but like the street shoes, also, it's a different direction of intentionality.
But a cape, I think they're a crazy person. If they have a cape, It's not perverted. You're just like, oh, bless their hearts.
Yeah.
They just got their cape and they're nude and they're running about.
Yeah. The same thing with like a towel wrapped around their captain underpants.
Yeah. What about like a bib?
That's like, oh, that might be the worst. A bib and a muumuu.
Isn't a muumuu like a big dress?
Sorry, not a muumuu. The thing that goes up that babies wear to cover their...
Oh, I was thinking like an adult bib, like a baby bib. Ooh, that's...
Yeah, like one of those plastic baby bibs. Okay, in that case, actually, with the bib and like one of those things that go over your head, or not, is it worse that they're wearing a diaper or not? There, like you're on the bus. Yeah. We're just going to go with bib. You're on the bus.
It's like Infinite Jest all over.
And the person sits next to you.
Yeah,
and it's like, is it worse if they have a bib and a diaper or just a bib? It is a baby bib in both cases. I think this is like a different level of pervert. Like that. Like a naked person with shoes, you can handle. It's like, this is a weirdo. Okay.
I raise you. Crotchless diaper.
No, I think a diaper's worse.
No, it's not.
I don't think there's a thing as crotchless diaper.
They're just like paper and like cotton. You can put a hole in it.
But then that person put on the diaper and tore a hole in it.
Yeah. No, there's infinite depths to this, I think. I think you could just keep going.
But here's the thing. Here's the difference between the crotchless diaper and the diaper, right?
Yeah.
Is the crotchless diaper, at least you... I don't want to keep talking about that.
Well, here's my...
Well, I'll just finish it, and then we can move on.
Well, I was actually just thinking of implementing a rule.
Yeah.
Okay, which is, like, for the perversion, right?
Yeah.
There's an infinite depth of, like, fetishistic... whatever.
So let's focus on the nudity.
So let's, like, take it away from the fetish side.
Yeah. And just focus on the nudity.
Yeah. So then... And I think, like, the crotchless pants is also sort of fetishistic, right? Whereas reverse...
Loincloth is you're choosing what to cover.
Yeah, reverse loincloth. There's something... Like, that's not a fetish. That's just some weird thing you're doing. Yeah. How many... Like, one shoe or two?
One shoe is that person got struck by lightning.
Yeah. Okay. Shoes and gloves are...
Shoes and gloves...
I think
it's a nudist who doesn't want to get cold in the weather.
I think,
like they're going to go about their life, but they want to keep their feet warm, and they're like interacting with things. They want to keep their hands warm.
I think only gloves is more perverted than only shoes.
It might be
because the shoes, at least, there's a bit of a practicality there.
Yeah.
Whereas the gloves, it's like they're ready to do some sort of like crime.
Yeah.
Like they got their gloves and stalker cap for stalking. What about those propeller beanies? Or is that artistic again?
It's artistic, or oh bless him.
I saw this old man walking down the street with a propeller beanie, and he was just looked like this biggest smile on his face, and I was like, gave him a thumbs up, and he's like, yeah, and he gave me a thumbs up. He looked like he was probably about like 75 or something. Yeah. It's like he was fully clothed, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, like he had his full reverse loincloth on. He was good to go. He's just. What about like? Does jewelry make things better or worse?
Better.
What about like one of those tragus? Is that what it's called? Piercings?
Septum piercing?
Septum. Yeah. No, tragus is this thing up here. Yeah. The thing, the bull hole.
They're just a goth nudist or a punk nudist.
I hate nose piercings so much. Like they're disgusting.
They look like boogers or warts.
They're worse than they just look horrible. And the thing is, like, only insane people get them. So you know instantly that everything about that person. Like you look at them and you're like, that person's insane.
Well, I really don't like it's like lip piercings and tongue piercings.
I think they're okay. Like, I wouldn't get one myself, but I think that some lip piercings can look pretty gross. Yeah. But I know some people with some pretty cool lip piercings, actually. So I'm like kind of more...
What about the navel piercing?
I think those can actually look pretty cool.
Yeah. Or the belly button piercing?
Well, okay. They can look cool, right? Because they sort of highlight, like, look at my toned belly, right? Yeah. I have seen a very skinny person with like a beer gut that had one, and it was like, you were probably like, you were 19, you were the life of the party, everyone thought you were super hot, and then...
It's time to let it go.
No, you never stopped drinking, did you? Like, that's what happened there, right? So it looked wrong. Mm-hmm. It looked wrong. But no, like, for me, I prefer no piercing to piercing, right? But, like, in basically any case.
Yeah.
However, belly button piercing... ear piercing.
Well, plugs.
No, don't like those at all. But lip piercing, tongue piercing, those ones I can sort of be like, okay, fine, they're there. Although, yeah, they're kind of weird. But they're there, whatever. But like the nose piercing, like the little nose stud.
Yeah.
Don't like how it looks, but it's like whatever. But like the ring, you're a crazy person. You're a crazy person who's crazy.
What about if it's like a really big ring?
It makes you crazier. Like... And there's a reason behind this, right?
What about like the side rings?
Also a crazy person. Okay. Slightly less crazy, but still a crazy person.
Yeah.
But the side ring, you're like crazy in a different way. You're an A-type personality that has way too much energy.
Yeah.
And you're trying to show off your like, no, I'm fun, see? And you've got
the eyebrow piercing.
You got like the arch. No, you don't have the side nose pierce. You don't have eyebrow piercings because the side nose pierce. That's for, like, the super athletic, like, women that are just like, go, 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 and it's way too intense.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the kind of people that get that. And they're just trying to...
And it's got, like, the chain to the ear.
Well, that's something else. That's a man's piercing. You're a pirate if you do that.
I think that's also, like, a woman's piercing.
I don't think I've seen a woman do that. But there's a reason behind the nose piercing being crazy people, right? Yeah. It's because it's hideous looking.
Yeah.
And the reason that people get it is because they want to look ugly.
Yeah.
And only crazy people want to look ugly. And why that is typically because they've experienced some sort of like trauma, like sexual assault or something, and so they're like, oh no, people look at me, and so I have to look ugly so that they won't look at me.
Or they have abuse.
Yeah, and so I'm not saying always, right? Yeah. Like some people are just crazy anyways, but a lot of times there's like an abuse response, make yourself look ugly sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
And or even if it's not an abuse from a person, it could be an abuse from society. You think like. Like, the man wants me to look pretty, and I'm gonna stick it to him, like, the sort of feminist lens to it, angle to it, right? Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna conform to modern beauty standards, I'm gonna do it my own way, and I'm gonna make myself look ugly to conventional standards, but I'm beautiful in my own way because I'm expressing myself.
Yeah.
And some people like that self-expression, and I guess, like, we were talking yesterday, some people are just wrong, I guess, but I find, you know, I don't know why they choose to be wrong, but some people just are wrong. And so I think, like, you have a nose piercing and you're naked, it's like, yeah, that checks out. But
what about, like, is tighty whities with his shoes worse than just tighty whities?
Neither are that bad, really, I think. Like, they're just sort of...
But they're worse than boxers, right?
I'm not sure. It might depend on the color of the boxers. If the boxers are black, I think the boxers are better. If the boxers are white, I think the briefs are better. If
the boxers are a dark color, they're better.
Have you seen those single-sided European swimsuits? They're like a sock, and you hook it over your thigh, and...
I think that's worse than being naked.
Yeah, I think it kind of is. And then you put on shoes. I don't know. What about, like,
a lab coat?
Or like a backwards hospital gown or something.
A hospital gown is someone who had a coma who's escaped.
What about, like, full suit pajamas, right?
Yeah.
On backwards, flap open. Or is that going back to the...
That's going back to the fashions, I think.
Because you see what the common theme is, though, right? Yeah. You know, when you talk about art, right? Yeah. Where you have the golden ratio, and what you want to do is you want to have, like, the grass pull you in this golden ratio curve of thirds, right? So it draws your eye along the grass, around to the person's arm, around to the object they're holding, pointing back up at their chest, to their face, around, and then to their eyes, and then to their nose, right? Yeah. So it's like this spiral that draws you inwards, right? Yeah. That's what makes the reverse pajamas so bad, is because it's like, it draws you towards... So, with that in mind, the worst thing you can do is be wearing everything except for, like, the section where your underwear would be, and that's just bare. You have a cane, and it's pointed towards you. And your other arm is pointed to the cane.
Now, this is a question then here to go towards this. Is what's worse, a streaker or a flasher?
Yeah, the flasher probably.
Like they're in their trench coat and like, yeah, look at that.
Actually, so this actually raises a question. This raises a very important question for the field of perversion.
Yeah.
Right. Can you, like, I think it's possible, to increase perversion without it being all about genitals, right? I think there's a way to do this. Like, this is hard mode, right? But the person is wearing, like, the boxers, like you said, right? Yeah. Okay, so the person's wearing boxers. How do you bring up that perversion level without going into the fetish thing of, like, the diapers and the whatever, like, you know. Like, I think, like, the bib, like a normal adult bib, like, that can bring it up a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, person walking down the street just to their underpants, right? Yeah. Like, okay. Walking down the streets in their underpants and, like, a dining, like, napkin tucked in around.
Yeah, or a cravat.
Oh, yeah, like a cravat just around there. Well,
Or walking in their underwear and a bow tie.
Yeah.
Or a tie.
Yeah.
I think that's actually worse.
I think the cravat's worse than the bow tie or the tie.
Yeah.
I think the bow tie, that's classy.
Somehow, you put a bow tie on and it becomes classy.
Yeah. It's just classy there.
Yeah.
And the tie, I think, is neutral.
Yeah.
It's just there to cover up your belly button. That's classy.
Yeah.
You cover your belly button. But yeah, the cravat, you're like, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
What about, like, those great big...
Or actually, what's even worse than the underwear is, I think, underwear and, like, a suit jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a suit jacket. You don't have the undershirts, there's a suit jacket and underwear.
You know, like, in Shakespeare's time, those great big ruffs they would have?
Yeah.
Like, you put on that and just some underpants, walk down the street. Like,
yeah, you're going to prison.
Yeah. And, like, socks or no socks?
If it's socks without shoes, actually, like, socks, if you're naked and just wearing socks, that's I don't know. But if you're wearing the briefs and socks, that's like, okay. But if you're wearing the briefs, socks, and something else, then because the socks and briefs is you are wearing the essentials.
Yeah.
That's all you have. Okay, you're wearing the essentials.
But you've got, like, some super high class, like...
Yeah, but you have something extra that takes more effort to do.
You know what it is? If there's some things that have enough power to flip the dynamics, so the more classy you are, but you're still able to flip it. Like, if we could find a way to flip the bow tie into perversion, we're at maximum perversion.
Well, so does socks flip the bow tie? It's like socks versus no socks.
I think it comes close, but not all the way. What about... Well, I don't know if that's good.
What about... Okay, socks, briefs, gloves, and bow tie. And they're not classy gloves, they're like mittens. Or something, or winter gloves. Like, you clash so hard. So also a hunter's cap. Like, you're clashing so hard.
I think then you just look kind of random. Like, it's not perverted at that point. It's just random. Like, it's very hard to flip the bow tie, I think. What about, like... Okay, but going back to this... So we had socks, underpants, and, like, a great big rough collar like Shakespeare, right? I think... So what's the worst kind of socks here? I think the worst socks are those little ankle socks.
Yeah.
I think
no, actually, no. Ankle socks could be like a... It's just normal socks. Normal socks are the worst. Just like normal crumpled white socks.
I hate ankle socks, though.
Yeah, but that's just a hatred. That's...
What about, like, those toe socks? Oh.
Then there's someone having a crisis.
Okay, so we have to get as close to the line of them not just being insane without crossing it, because if you go too far, the person's just insane. Yeah, and then it's like, well, it's not perverted anymore; they're just crazy. Yeah, but if they look just like a degenerate, then you're like, okay, this is a fetish. But the perversion comes in. It's not a perversion of their mind. It's a perversion of what is right in society. It's like they've perverted societal norms, but they haven't transgressed so far that you're able to just throw them in prison. Yeah. Yeah, or maybe you can throw them in prison.
Well, we have nudity laws.
But you can't, like, sort of. But you can't execute them. Yeah. Every time in Canada the nudity laws have been challenged, the nudist has won. And so we have slowly, province by province, basically allowed nudity. Oh, toplessness, at least. Yeah. I don't know about the other, bottomlessness. Yeah. Except...
Well, if you're wearing a cat.
There was a woman who went to... this was also in that law class about serial killers. Yeah. Like the nudity laws.
Does wearing a cat around your neck make it better? Like you just have a cat draped around your neck? Like completely...
I think it just adds to the crazy. Yeah, I think it makes it better in that sense, because you're like, whatever, they're crazy. Yeah. But there's a woman, she went to the Parliament building topless. She was arrested. She argued that a man could do it, and they're like, no, they couldn't.
A man can't come into Parliament topless.
Yeah, and so there was that case. But otherwise, women can go around topless, men can go around topless. But it depends on the setting. Yeah. You probably can't go into a church or a school or a governmental building. And bottomlessness, I don't think is allowed anywhere. Yeah.
What about a whole suit without pants? Like the proper deal. Like you have the bow tie, you've got the cravat under it, you've got like the white, you've got like the suit, cufflinks all done nicely, and you're just not wearing pants or shoes. I think that's pretty bad.
I don't know.
I think that's pretty bad.
I think that's just goofy. Like, it looks silly, I think. I think it's, like, funny. It's just like, the guy lost his pants, the fancy man lost his pants, you know? It's like,
maybe.
Like, you can imagine there's a story there. I think that's part of it. Like, because a person that's crazy, right? They have a reason. There's a story, right? Yeah. Person that's missing their pants, you're like, oh, they lost their pants in a whatever accident. So I think there has to be no story. There has to be no explanation. There has to be this person woke up this morning, and they said, yes, I'm putting that on.
And that's probably what the shoes are.
Yeah.
You went, yes, I'm putting on shoes.
Yeah. Because if you just strode out naked, who knows? There's a story there, probably. Yeah. But you put on the shoes, you're like, okay, you're doing something here. Yeah. Yeah. What? Okay. Going back, like, because we were saying sandals might be better because you just came back from the nudist beach. But what if they're, like, very losable sort of shoes? No, that's the dress shoes. Yeah, so the dress shoes are the worst shoes. Yeah. Yeah. But are socks better than dress shoes or worse?
I think socks are better. Maybe. That's hard.
Okay, so you got underwear, you got your rough, and you've got your socks. Or you've got your underwear, your rough, and your dress shoes. Ooh, I think the dress shoes might take it over into the crazy. Yeah. At that point. Yeah, I think it's too far. Socks. Yeah.
Like, the underwear and socks combo is different because, like, the person at least tried.
Yeah. But they put the rough on, you're like, what are they doing there? Yeah. Or maybe the rough is too crazy. Maybe just the cravat.
I think the cravat's more crazy than the rough.
Like, who owns a ruff, though? Like, you could imagine someone owning a cravat, but, like, I've never even seen a ruff. Well, I don't know if I've seen a cravat either. Like, I could imagine there's a store you could go to and buy a cravat, right? I don't think you can buy a ruff anywhere.
Fair.
Like, unless it's one of those paper rolls where you sort of just, like, shove it over your head.
Oh, I came up with the alternate perversion. They're wearing, like, a checkered skirt with a sort of, like, half robe slung up around their shoulders, and they've got, like, this big, hairy, white thing on the front of their checkered skirt, and they've got, like, this floppy hat with a little fuzzball on the end.
It's supposed to be the Cat in the Hat or something?
No, it's just driving the Scotsman in a kilt.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying, yeah.
The ultimate perversion.
Do you think like accessories, like a cane or a backpack?
A backpack's just a nudist going on a hike.
Yeah.
They're just like, there's someone who's really into nature, but they need to bring their water bottle.
Like a purse.
That is a rich woman who's no longer cares.
About like a grocery bag. No, then
that's someone having a crisis. Okay. I think a cane though might.
Is there like a halfway between like a grocery bag and a purse? Like a duffel bag.
Ooh, a duffel bag or a sports bag.
I don't know if they might. I think I might know. They think they know what they're doing.
Yeah, but I think a cane as an accessory might be one.
What about like webbing?
That might go into fetish.
No, like like grenade webbing or whatever. Like
then they're fighting the predator and they need to get in mud.
like a sort of. Okay, so here's my ultimate pervert then. All right.
Yeah.
Socks, backwards loincloth, and cravat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's too far, maybe.
No, I think the ultimate one... I think it might be shoes. I think it might be dress shoes. Just dress shoes. I think that's just the ultimate pervert.
Well, it's kind of like the pro versus the amateur who's trying too hard, right? Like the pro is just wearing the dress shoes. But the amateur is like, oh, I got all these things. Yeah. Whoa! And then...
Yeah.
Yeah. But they are trying pretty hard, so it does bring them up a bit.
Yeah. But the pro, they're... So here's what the pros do with the dress shoes. Yeah. Like we said, with a lot of other shoes, it could be you need the shoes. There could be different reasons for them, whatever. The dress shoes it's a deliberate choice that you're wearing the shoes. Then you're not doing anything that makes you appear crazy. Just wearing dress shoes, there's no fetish like that.
Oh,
and it's not performance art.
Yeah. Okay, but here's the thing, right? Here's little diamond stud earrings, right? One on each earlobe, yeah? You stick that on the dress shoes person, they're an artist. You stick that on the backwards loincloth person, perverted again. Boom. But on the other hand, big old lip ring. What are those things called? Lip disc.
Yeah.
Lip stretcher outer. You stick that on the backwards loincloth, socks, and cravat guy, he looks like a normal dude all of a sudden. Boom. Mm-hmm. You stick that on the person with the dress shoes, they look like a... Yeah, no, they definitely look more perverted, I think. Yeah. So it depends on... The jewelry matters.
Yeah. But at the base level, I think it's the dress shoes.
But if we want to get even more perversion, like with jewelry, because it's a delicate balance. Jewelry flips it very easily. You have to be very careful with the jewelry. Ooh, what if you have like a bow tie, but like big hoop earrings or something? Can you like combat the...
That's just like a clash of sense. That's the person screaming for attention.
Like, you know what actually looks horrible, right? The nasal piercing, like the double, like through both the holes of the nose.
Yeah.
The septum?
Yeah.
The septum piercing with a bow tie. I've seen that before several times, actually. It looks terrible. I don't know if it looks perverted, but it looks terrible.
Yeah.
Like, that looks like someone that's trying to look bad, and they're succeeding quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about, like a mime sort of, or geisha, really heavy makeup? Does that make it performance again?
That might make a performance.
Yeah. What about, reverse mime? Like, their whole body is just super pale white, and then their face is just normal.
All right. I think I figured it out.
Yeah.
Dress shoes and blackface.
No, that looks like I think you're doing a bit at that point. Like, it's like, maybe. I don't know. But this is like the three men going to a bar. Like, I don't know what the setup is here, but this is going somewhere. Like a guy... Okay, what color of dress shoes is, the worst color? I think, pink? Too far. Doesn't work.
White, it might flip it too artistic.
Yeah. I think, you want normal dress shoes, brown. Like a dark brown.
Dark brown, maybe even black.
I think black is slightly classier, so, you got the dark brown, kind of brings it to you. You're not trying something. You're not trying to do an art piece. You're just... That's what you put on this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, one sock on, no socks. Two socks.
Socks on.
Two socks.
Socks on with the dress shoes. You gotta be comfortable. Without the socks, you just slip them on. It's all you had.
Yeah. Yeah. So you need some... these need to be, unscuffed dress shoes.
Yeah. They're polished.
But not too polished.
No, they're not polished. They're worn, but they're not scuffed.
Yeah. Yeah, this is... You do this every day. You look at this, this person goes out every day, right?
They're, striding down the street, giving a strut.
Wristwatch.
Yeah. Yeah, wristwatch. Add the wristwatch.
Like a nice wrist, not too nice, but a nice wristwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a pocket watch. That's art.
Or they have
Apple Watch.
Apple Watch, or they have an iPod in their hand with headphones in.
Ooh.
And it's not wireless; it's wired headphones.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Would wireless be better? Because wireless is even more money, right? Because you want this person to look like they can afford luxuries, right?
But you don't want them to be too rich, because if it goes to too rich, that's a rich person who's making a statement.
Or they're being eccentric.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why they can't be too nice shoes, and it can't be too good watch. It's a good watch, but it's not too good.
I think the nice thing about a watch, though, like there's no... I don't think there's like a performance art with like a watch, right? Like,
yeah.
Even if it's like the nicest watch you can buy, like it's not like...
Watches... are
just like pure money sink.
Well, it's not even that. Watches are anti theater kid.
Yeah.
Like it's like a kryptonite to them. It's like not kryptonite, it's like negative anti theater kid energy.
I think the problem with the Apple Watch, it gives it kind of like drug doing hipster vibes.
Yeah.
So just a normal good watch. Like
normal good watch.
Like you got a Rolex or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've got like car keys tied to a string.
No, you're just spinning them on your finger.
Spinning your... I don't know, maybe no car keys.
No.
But I like the iPod. iPhone.
Yeah.
You got an iPhone with plug-in headphones, if that's even possible. You got the little extension key. You got the little adapter.
Yeah.
So if you have the adapter, it means you thought about this. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go out of my way to make this thing work that didn't work.
Yeah.
But you didn't do that with the rest of your outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know what the thumbnail's going to be.
I'm not drawing that.
Just get an AI to do it.
There's rules against having censored thumbnails.
Yeah, but nudity's not banned on YouTube. It's just they never enforce their own rules properly.
Yeah. But even like having a thumbnail with like a censor bar isn't allowed.
Huh. Well, because YouTube doesn't allow for sexual or sexually suggestive content.
Yeah.
So the censor bar becomes suggestive, right?
Yeah, it becomes clickbait.
But nudity is actually technically allowed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's allowed for thumbnails or not, but it is allowed for videos.
Yeah.
As long as it's not sexual content. Yeah. So that's why there's a lot of nude yoga and whatnot, because it's not suggestive.
Yeah, or breastfeeding.
Yeah, or
a lot of men want to know how to breastfeed and breast pump.
It's important, but never knows best. Like
or seeing how good clothes look wet versus not wet.
His CRPG videos, like some of the CRPGs have nudity in them, and he showed it back in the day because he's like, yeah, this is just the scene in the game, right?
Yeah.
This is part of the artwork, and he moves on, and classic art, the paintings, that sort of thing. But YouTube still might flag it because it's very hard to make that judgment call with a giant company like that as well. Mm-hmm. So wouldn't be too risky. But you could put the underpants on them. I think the underpants lesser. The underpants also almost make it charming.
Yeah.
You got your wristwatch, your underpants, your dress shoes.
Yeah. You're just coming for a strut out into the town.
Yeah, you're ready for your day.
I don't know how I can do a thumbnail for it. There are a dozen of thumbnails that are coming to mind that I could do.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't actually be that bad. They'd be more silly than anything.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're allowed.
Yeah. Could you do it from behind? Like you do have you seen the it's like Calvin and Hobbes, he's like walking down the staircase naked?
Yeah.
And you got like his little butt and like that sort of thing? Like could you do something like that?
Maybe.
Like it's sort of like it's just silly fun, right? It's not like perverted or anything. It's just like, oh yeah.
Maybe.
It's just a goofy picture.
I think from
these days
I think from behind pixelated I could do.
I don't even know these days if that Calvin thing would fly. I don't know.
But doing it from the front pixelated, I don't think so. No, here's what I can do. Is I can do from behind or from the front if it's cropped.
Yeah.
So I can have like a guy with his hands on his hips.
Yeah.
And he's walking and there's people looking at him and they look horrified and he's strutting forward and he could have like the wristwatch on.
Yeah.
I could do that.
You could even do like a slash crop. So there's like a slash across the screen. You see him hands on the hips from the hips above, right?
Yeah.
And then on the other side of the slash cut, you see him from like middle of his thighs down.
Yeah.
And so you can see both, but they're like clearly two different angles of the image. And so it's like you see him with his pants and then him with his... Yeah. And I think no hat, because hat, unless there's the right, like a fez, maybe. Mm-hmm. No, fez is too. Baseball cap.
I like your thought of the slash cut of it's the waist up,
yeah,
and there's people looking horrified, and then the slower down it's showing his dress shoes as well.
Yeah.
And what that does is like they're seeing a naked person, but it's also a naked person in dress shoes, and so that adds to like their horror.
Yeah.
And I could even like have the faces of horror in both slash crops.
Yeah.
And the focus, like they're out of focus in the one where he's like upright, whereas the one where it's showing off the shoes, like their faces are more horrified.
Yeah,
because they see that he's in dress shoes.
They're just like, oh no. Yeah,
yeah, something like that.
They're just watching his iPod and his.
I think I'd get rid of the iPod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the iPod, it lends an air of normalcy to it, which I think is important.
Yeah.
But it might not improve it in the perversion cat. I'm not sure. That's.
Yeah.
Hard to decide. And I think, what if...
I think it's just the shoes with the watch.
Yeah. Okay. Now, is the man outfit different from the woman outfit for this, either?
It changes on the levels in between.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the most pervert, I think for the women, the same dress shoes with the watch...
Yeah.
I think it's... Actually, that might be one of the worst.
I think the problem with the woman with the watch and the shoes...
Yeah.
Without the iPhone... I think the woman needs the iPhone. Because without the iPhone, it's more like rich narcissist woman who thinks she's all that and everyone wants to look at her, right?
Yeah.
No matter how good or bad she looks. It's like, oh, I'm just so... But you have the iPod, and then she's like, oh, she's just going for her walk.
Yeah.
And then it's not about her.
Actually, no, this is also when the grocery bag could come in.
Yeah.
And it's not a plastic grocery bag. It's like one of those... It's a reusable cloth grocery bag.
Yeah. Just going...
Like, for the woman, I think the man doesn't need it.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, for the woman, it's like, it could be a narcissist.
Yeah.
But she has an everyday item.
Yeah.
Not a purse, though.
Yeah.
It has to be like an everyday mundane item.
Yeah. Like a cane. Crutches make it disturbing.
Yeah.
No. Grocery bag's weird. That's a tricky one. I'm trying to decide on.
Well, I think it's like it's an upper class cloth grocery bag.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about it though, because it's like she's been out drinking and then she has to do her shopping, maybe. Like, I think like the iPod or like something like that.
iPod, Walkman.
Yeah. I think a book is too classy.
Yeah.
And the problem with like a Walkman is that it's
too
like,
retro.
It's retro, and so this is now a fashion statement, right?
Yeah.
She's doing this for some reason, right? But just like she's got her iPod in, she's just walking along all normal, like like, you freak, what are you doing walking down the street? I think the goal, right, is no matter who's looking, they should not be in the slightest bit attracted. They should be like, ew. That's the goal. No matter, because that's the problem. Actually, that's the problem with like the crotchless pants and the diaper, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna get some people that are gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm into that, right? But the dress shoes one, you're right. Like, I don't think there's gonna be a person that's like, oh yeah. Oh, that said, you know the video game Helltaker? It's like a little Sokuban, whatever that game's called. You push blocks to like organize.
But it's got really popular art.
It's like a free game, and there's like a bunch of women, fully clothed women, wearing suits.
Yeah.
And I guess the developer is really into women wearing suits, and so he published this pretty good game for free just to try to get more people into that thing, so he would see more artwork himself of that sort of thing.
That's his reasoning?
Yeah.
Is this confirmed?
I think so, yeah. I think so. I think so. There's just like... I
know the Cerberus from it, because the Cerberus is just 3 women who always walk around together.
Oh. That's funny.
Yeah.
I haven't actually played the game. But,
yeah, it's like 3... They have like white hair and it's Cerberus, and they're always together.
But, yes, like... There's people that are into everything, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But maybe this will be a first. People will be like, oh, I didn't know that was...
That makes me think of... Someone's like, Rule 34 says that if you can think of there's porn of it, but there's no porn of me. And then the comment below is like, don't worry, I got you, buddy. And then a link is posted to Rule 34. And I was like, hey, no, delete that. And then it's like, I got more where that came from. And there's like another link. So stop this. It's like, too late, I've already jacked off to it 3 times. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's because the reason is there are people who like taboos.
Yeah. And
the taboo is going to be whatever someone isn't into.
Yeah, making that person uncomfortable.
But not just uncomfortable, like whatever someone isn't into, right?
Yeah.
So even if... So XKCD actually did this. It was the set of all things that isn't in the set.
Yeah.
Which is means it's impossible to define that set because it's infinite. Because the moment you define it, then it's inside the set, and whatever you want is outside the set. And so it's Gödel's theorem of fetishes, I guess, in a way, which is how XKCD basically framed it. Yeah, was the set is always necessarily incomplete. Yeah, because Wikipedia used to have a list of fetishes, and then they gave up because it just kept getting longer and longer and longer.
Yeah. Huh. I'll leave there.
All right, sure. got your tier list, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.